So the food particles are passing through, not digested, and the immune system is starting to go crazy. So we have systemic all around through our bloodstream. The immune system is going crazy, causing inflammation throughout the body. The other thing that happens with leaky gut is that we literally have trillions of bacteria that are supposed to be there in the gut naturally. So we have trillions of cells in our whole body. So our legs, our arms, all of us are made, it's just a big, conglomeration of cells. And in the gut, we have 10 times more bacteria than we do cells. So we have an enormous amount of bacteria that is supposed to be there in a perfect balance. So when we have leaky gut, when we start to have inflammation going on, then that can actually change the balance of all the microbes or the probiotics or the good bacteria in our gut. And things can start to grow out of balance. I like to think about soil of a plant. I did research on soil when I was in college, and we took samples of soil from the meadow, from the forest, from all these different places, and what we noticed when we looked at the soil under the microscope is that it depended on where it was, the environment of the soil, the health of the soil, and you can see bugs, bacteria, things growing, bugs in the soil. Soil grew, the bacteria that were growing in the soil in the meadow was very different than what was growing in the forest. It depended on the moisture and the environment, and so it also depends on the environment in the gut. If the gut is healthy, if we're eating foods that are healthy for us, then the bacteria and all of the microbes in the gut are balanced. When we are eating food that we're sensitive to, and sometimes without even knowing it, we actually create disharmony and an imbalance in the gut. So one of the first things that can happen is yeast overgrow. We do have yeast in the gut that's normal, but yeast can start to overgrow in an unbalanced soil or environment. So when yeast are there, they can cause various symptoms. They can cause gas and bloating. They can cause a lot of different things. But when we have leaky gut now, so those pores are enlarged, then the yeast can start to pass through the gut wall and circulate systemically in the bloodstream. So then the immune system says, oh my, and starts to attack the yeast. We can have bacteria that starts to overgrow. H. pylori is a bacteria that lives in the stomach that can overgrow. There's lots of different things that can happen that can throw the balance of the gut out of balance.